So I've been contemplating this video for quite a while now. And this one I want to cover the topic of Christianity and what I see a trend being among predominantly black males, in that you don't accept Christianity because of the results of slavery, and that you can't serve your enslavers God. So I have a couple of issues with that because I am Christian. I do believe in the principles of Christianity. I do understand the fallacy of what was taught, and I do understand that that it was twisted from my point of view. I believe in Christianity, but I also know that it was twisted in the way that it was presented in those times. And so the first principle or the first thought is that the lies that were told from the slave owners to the slaves, and when they approached Christianity and brought it to their slaves. And so, valid point, don't disagree with you there, but my counter argument to that is, especially among black men, and we can have this discussion, I'm here and welcome to conversation anytime. But I'll think about the concept of what I hear a lot among men, and how you can be in a relationship with a woman, and let's say you have an extramarital affair, or you're cheating on your girlfriend or whatever, and you lie to that female about your whereabouts, or about being involved with someone else, but yet you want to hold true to the fact that, oh, I really do love you. That was just a thing. Like, I don't love her, and she just was fulfilling a need. And so you want the girl to accept that you still love her in the midst of your lies, but yet you want to cancel out all of Christianity because of the lies of the slaver. That's hypocritical, to put it lightly, right? And so then there are other aspects, and then you want to talk about how the Bible preaches slavery, which it does not, and for that, everybody knows Ephesians 6:5. Slaves, obey your masters. And so, without going into extreme debate on it, that's not really what it's saying. If you look up the original root word for that, let me see what my notes say here. Kurios, Q-U-R-I-O-S. And so there's another translation from master, which is sovereign, prince, chief, and Roman emperor. So let's say you switch out master for any of those words, and then the word for slave, doulos, D-O-O-L-O-S. There's an alternate translation of servant. And so you think of any rich emperor that has servants. And so basically it's not saying that you just blindly obey your master, but if you're in that position, that you do your work to the best of your ability. So let's translate that into 2017. Let's say you're the janitor of a school. There's nothing demeaning or demoralizing about being a janitor. You do that with a smile, and you put your whole heart into that. And so that's what that was. And then to further clarify the Bible's stance against slavery, I refer to you Amos chapter 8. You feel free to read it at your leisure, but it clearly discusses how the disgruntled the prophet Amos is discussing God's disgruntledness with people using the poor for slavery, and how God is not pleased. So don't take one instance, and I like how we get to pick and choose those scriptures that we're going to represent instead of encompassing the whole thing. And so if we're going to do that, we need to do it in its totality. The Bible clearly and irrefutably comes against slavery, and even the principles and even the way slavery was represented in the United States totally contradicts the whole concept of what Christianity talks about. It clearly talks about loving your brother, and and turning the other cheek, and all those things about love and taking care of one another. And slavery did none of that. So yes, they did lie, but the principles of Christianity still hold true for me. I'm not here to try to change you, but just to speak my truth and what I see and what I believe. to be true. Like I accept the principles of Christianity, and it does sadden me a little bit, because I see so many people losing faith because it was horrible, and I get it, but we can't hold on to that hatred and that anger and animosity. For whatever reason, it happened, it existed. There's lessons to learn from it, and hopefully one day we can grow from it. And so then my last point would be that, you don't want to accept your slaver's God, but you accept your slaver's word, and I can't, and that's what I don't understand, because I hate it. I hate hearing it. I hate people. I hate it in songs, and I hate the fact that white people think that just because they're singing a rap song that it's okay to say when it's not, is that N-word, right? And I'm not saying that I'm letting words affect me, but at the same time, I see a lot of black males using that word, and so you can take the word and accept it as your own, that horrible, despicable term, and internalize it and flip it around and say that's our word now. We're going to use it as brotherhood and unity and all that. That's bull, right? And so you'll accept the word nigga, but you won't accept the slaver's God. Go figure. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. But hey, we can talk about it. I'm here.